So all of my Angora rabbits have wool mites. In the past, whenever we've dealt with wool mites, I've tried natural remedies, natural treatments, and while sometimes they work a little bit or they work kind of well, I haven't been able to successfully get rid of them all the way. I've had problems with them not working super well or not working at all. So now I have turned very sadly to modern medicine and stuff to treat the problem we have. Whenever possible, I do like to use natural remedies or those types of things, but whenever they don't work, I mean, that's what modern medicine is for. So I've tried all the remedies that I've researched a ton and tried them all, and none of them have worked. So we are now going to use. I have some ivermectin that I put in a dropper bottle, and the actual container looks like this. And then I put some listerine, which is like mouthwash, in a spray bottle, and the actual bottle looks like this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the rabbit, have it on the grooming stand, and then take a drop of ivermectin, put it between their ears, not in their ears, but between the ears, kind of like on their neck, and then part their fur down the middle of their back, like along their spine, and then do a few drops down their spine. And then we're going to spray their cage, the legs of their cage, all the grooming tools, all the nest boxes, all that stuff with listerine. So we're going to use the ivermectin on the rabbits and the listerine for the cages and tools and stuff. Now, if that isn't enough stuff I have to do today, I also have to wean babies, which means I have to shuffle rabbits and cages around. I have to, so that's going to be a little bit more work that I have to do, and we have to do that all before lunchtime. So I also wanted to mention that I am not wearing my customary outside gear. Usually I have a coat or a jacket that I wear for animal chores. It's kind of has chew holes on it, and it's okay to get dirty and stuff, but I'm not wearing that. Instead, I'm wearing clothes that can get dirty and that we can wash right away, so that we don't spread mites to other animals. So as soon as I finish with my project for the day, I'm going to take the jacket and stuff I'm wearing off and put it right in the wash so that I don't spread mites to other animals. So it is much later in the day than right before lunchtime, and it is a lot of more squeezing later. I was doing that bottle, squeezing over and over and over that spray bottle. Oh, my hands are tired. So it turns out we didn't have enough mouthwash to spray all the cages. We got this cage done and this cage done. We had the very last bit to finish. This is the last bit of cage. But we have yet to do Sylvan and the mamas. So we are going to pick up some more mouthwash next time we go to the store, which will be day after tomorrow. And we will then do these two people. In addition to spraying everything and giving the rabbits the ivermectin, we also put a divider between these two cages. So instead of it being a 2-hole cage that's like for one rabbit, we have it for 2 rabbits. We have Lucky in here, and then Juniper, who just finished her quarantine, in here. I don't really like having 1 cage per rabbit. I feel like that's small for them. And we do have an extra cage. However, we are getting a new meat rabbit soon, and we need to have a place to quarantine her. And so that's the only cage we have. So we're saving that cage for her. And then we're just going to have these guys like this in the small space temporarily until we can get that cage set up out here when we're done quarantining that rabbit. And then if you look closely over here, you may notice that the mamas no longer have any babies in here with them. We weaned all 9 of the 4-week-old French Angora babies, and Charity's babies all died. So there are just 2 mamas and no babies in here. And then over here, Sylvan is just normal in his 2-hole cage. He's doing pretty good. And then over here, we have tons and tons of adorable babies. They just got weaned like 10 minutes ago. And so far they're doing pretty good. They're loving this new cage. It's taller and a bit longer than their other one. They have plenty of room to run around and have a great little life until they are sold. So while we did run out of listerine, we didn't run out of ivermectin, the blue drops that we put on them. So I was researching a lot about how best to treat them, some people suggest just doing the ivermectin. Some people suggest treating their cage too. So some people say just treat the rabbit and then they don't get reinfected after being in their cage, and some people say treat their cage because they will get reinfected by touching mites in their cage. So Sylvan and the mamas, while I didn't have enough mouthwash for their cages to spray, I did give them the ivermectin, 5 drops along their back, and so this, and then whenever in 2 days when I get the spray, I'll be able to just treat them again and then do the spray, and then 10 days later do that again. So even though it's kind of weird because we don't have enough spray and it's going to be kind of bad, I did treat them just because I want to start the process of them, healing and getting better. So that is the update. We will treat in 2 days for these guys who didn't get it, and then we will treat everyone 10 days later. Some people suggest 7 days, some people say 10 days, some people say 7 to 10 days. So I'm thinking we will do it where the ones who we did today, it'll be 10 days, but then these two will have it be 2 days later, so it'll be 8 days. So then we'll just, instead of doing, we'll have to do these 2 that we just did, and then wait 2 days for their second treatment, we're just going to do all the second treatment all at once. That's what I'm going to do now, but I don't know if that's what I'm going to do actually then, but for now I think that's a good plan. And it is going to be very annoying though, because we will have some rabbits who have had their first treatment and some who haven't. So I'm gonna think of them as the clean rabbits and the dirty rabbits. So I'll have to make sure I touch and do chores of the clean rabbits first, and then without touching anything that the clean rabbits touch, like use a different hand or wash my hands in between, and then touch the dirty rabbits. So then the lid of the food can, I have to make sure I don't touch with my dirty hand and then clean hand, so it's gonna be hard, but hopefully we'll be able to deal with it for 10 days until everyone is treated. So it has been a few days. We got the mouthwash and we sprayed everyone else, so everyone has now had one thorough spray of their cages and stuff, and then everyone has had their drops on their back, and now we just wait 10 days and repeat it again. So we finally finished treating everyone, their last treatment, so everyone is now 100% clean. The rabbits are clean, their cages are clean. I took the opportunity, cleaning and disinfecting everything to change these cages. We mounted them, instead of being on pallets on the wall, we just mounted them to the wall and took the pallets off so that there's just less wood, so that if they get infected next time, then I won't have to clean the wood, because wood takes up a lot of listerine, whereas wire doesn't take up as much. And also, wood is a lot harder to get rid of mites. The mites like to live in the wood, whereas they can't live in metal or plastic, so having less wood is awesome. So just a quick recap, we noticed our rabbits had mites, and then right away we quarantined them, so we would change clothes from touching other animals to touch them, so that we didn't get any mites on the other animals, and then we didn't get any other animal sicknesses on them. We sprayed their cages every inch, the back, the front, the roofs, the sides, the legs, everything. They're with listerine mouthwash. We used the beige color. I don't know if there are other colors, I've just heard beige suggested, so I don't know if that's super important or not, but that's what we used. We washed their food and water bowls, the scoops, the grooming tools. We washed them in soap and water, hot water, lots of soap. And then we used ivermectin, 5-ish drops along their back, and we did all of that once, and then waited 10 days, and still quarantining them, not touching their stuff to other animals or other rabbits. And then after, it's suggested 7 to 10 days, we treated them again, so that any eggs that didn't die the first time, those eggs had a chance to hatch, and then we could kill them before they were old enough to lay more eggs. So now our rabbits are clean. We did everything pretty good, and we're able to sell the babies now, and everyone is being awesome and great, and we're gonna have no more problems with mites. Hopefully. We do still have 2 wooden cages, but we're trying to switch to wire cages eventually, so that we don't have to deal with all the wooden stuff, because I don't know what the problem is. I don't really know how they got mites, so I don't know. We kind of want to switch to wire just in case the wood was the issue. I don't know if it was or not, but just in case it was, we eventually do want to switch to all wire cages. So even though they are free of mites, it's still they still kind of have the flaky skin that is caused by mites. So it'll take a week or so, maybe 2 weeks, for them to clean the flaky skin off of them and stuff. So don't be surprised if you see flaky skin even though you just finished treating your rabbits. So yes, this is a happy ending to this story. Thank you guys for watching. Are you babies clean now? You don't have any more mites, do you? You're all healthy now? Yes. Oh yes, so pretty.